Konnichiwa, bonjour, ciao. I know more, but fuck an intro. This is the GATTATTACK. We attack everything all at once, but not the movie. Now listen, my name's Paige Gat. I don't know why I gave you my legal name. Everybody calls me Pache. Pache. It's just a nickname. Stems from childhood. And pretty much everybody calls me that. So if you don't call me that, you're kind of weird. And you're probably trying to expose me. Or you're like mad federal. So yeah, bro, I'm finna talk about everything. This ain't no podcast. It's just some raw talk. We like it raw, no diddy. We only eat raw meat. Extra no diddy. But for real, I don't cook my ground beef. That's a joke. I'll be letting you know when I'm joking and when I'm being sarcastic. That way I can groom you into my humor in the future if you decide to stick around. Basically, I feel like I have knowledge and I need to spit some knowledge onto the Utes. As I am Unk status officially at 23 years old. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'll get better with my ums. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Live in Colorado now. It's alright here, but I don't think I'm gonna stay here. You know, it's a little white. It's a little white. I'm part white. I have a good percentage of white in me, so don't get me wrong. White people are the supreme race. That's a joke. So yeah, I guess we'll just hop into it. I'm gonna talk about fitness, music. I'm a gym rat. On my laptop make music. I've made multiple albums. First two albums I made on GarageBand. 3 albums actually I made on GarageBand when I was a teenager, and I have some singles out right now I've been trying to promote and shit. So yeah, I'll keep it buck with you. Really haven't produced in a minute, but I'm trying to hop back into it. But I used to produce too, so like make beats, like actually make sounds and beats and loops, etc. Sell them to SoundCloud rappers. If you were around for that era, 2014 to 18, man, SoundCloud era is like no other. That'll go down in history for sure. I'm sponsored by Propel. They give me like 30 racks to mention them. I'm also sponsored by Zen. They give me like 50 racks. I'm also sponsored by Nike. That's a joke. No, but one of my real sponsors is Hella Fresh Hair. They're located in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Fort Collins, Colorado. They are a salon/cosmetology studio. Check them out. Get clean. Get your acne fixed up because you look like a sloppy dirtbag. No cap. All right, first topic we should jump into, or prompt as you may want to say, says why you need a lesbian homegirl if you got a girlfriend. I think this is kind of self-explanatory, but if you don't understand why you're doing it, you might end up screwing yourself down the line. So understand your ration behind it. I think ration before emotion is always important. No cap. So you need the homegirl to be lesbian so your girl don't get sus about you having a relationship with another girl or a friendship with another girl, right? If she's lesbian, that takes out that factor. Now, the reason you need the homegirl in the first place is because if you have a girlfriend, you don't want to be like giving, like you want to be a man, right? You don't want to be too emotional. You could be vulnerable, but you don't want to be too emotional, outpouring all your sorrows, guilt, everything about your day that went wrong to this girl, right? Like it's cool to be like honest and be yourself. But let's be real. Nobody wants you to be yourself. And at the end of the day, lies are way more interesting. The homegirl is there for you to outpour the emotion, etc. And they're still gonna care about it. Like your girl probably won't even really, like, she might care, but if she sees you, you know, crying your eyes out because some dude got in a fight with you at the construction site, she's gonna know shit can affect you, right? And I think it's important to be rational before emotional. So you're gonna outpour to the homegirl. The homegirl gonna feel out your pain. I feel you, bruh. I feel you. Let's say her name is Raven. Like, that's so Raven, because I didn't know she was lesbian until just recently. But say it doesn't even need to be like a stud. It could be like, that's so Raven. She's just pretty, whatever. But she gonna be there for you if you need to outpour your emotion. You had a bad day at the construction site. Some dude tried to diddy you in the bathroom, and you got in a fist fight. You didn't let him diddy you, but you got in a fist fight and ended up beating the shit out of him. Now bro's hospitalized, right? Now you try to tell your girl that, she's gonna think you're psycho for beating the shit out of you. You tell the lesbian homegirl that, she's gonna understand your perspective, maybe even double down, right? So hear me out. Also, if you're out like getting food or something with your girl and a homegirl, and somebody tries to fight your girl, the homegirl could throw hands instead and keep your girlfriend pretty, and so she don't gotta throw hands with nobody, etc. She can even throw hands for you. You know what I'm saying? No cap. She could, if it's like a twink trying to fight you, she gets straight. Bah! That's a Raven. Pop lip. Alright? This isn't essential for a girlfriend, but I think it's important to understand that this is a tool you could utilize. Alright. Also, if you face issues with the homegirl trying to hit on your girl, just be real with yourself. Like, you probably tapped a homegirl too. I know she's lesbian, but there's things that can be worked out there, okay? It's not the end of the world. Scales are a scam. Body weight scales are a scam. DEXA scans or whatever are cool because they tell you like your body fat percentage, etc., lean mass, all that. But I think that body weight scales are way overrated. Like, you should not be using a body weight scale every day. I think that just builds like a weird self-conscious like idea of what you think you look like when you might not even look like that. So say like you're trying to bulk up and you're gaining a lot of fat and you're like, well, I gained 5 pounds. It's like, like I don't need to focus on my diet. I've been gaining hella weight and I look pretty good. It's like, you might not realize how much vascularity you're actually losing. That's for like people that work out. I think if you're like obese or really skinny or like facing eating disorder, obviously use a body weight scale for certain things. But even with that, it's like, don't be concentrated on it. You know, a reference t-shirt is key. I think you don't ever want to wash it. You let it get musty. Don't ever dry it. That way it stays the same size and you can kind of have a reference. Like, get a shirt that maybe fits you like perfectly when you're at your starting point, and then the more you progress into either direction that you want to go, basically just see how that fits you later in the process. So yeah, I have a shirt like that. It's like hella musty. It smells like, I think I peed on it one time on accident. Like in the wind, it like sprayed back, so it has like pee stench to it, and then it has like hella sweat stench because I've worked out in it multiple times. I've done a lot of things. Yeah, I've done a lot of things in that shirt. I think I got in like a shootout in that shirt. I wasn't shooting nobody, but like blood splattered like on the back of my shirt. I'm from Albuquerque, so it gets kind of cray. Loco Cholos. Yeah, so use like a reference shirt. I would say like fuck a scale. I honestly barely ever look at a scale. I've been bulking. I started at like 140 and I think I'm like 170 something right now, but I don't even really know. So that's what I'm saying. But I look bulkier. Essentially, I know I've gained weight and made progress by the mirror and by my reference t-shirt instead of looking just based off the scale. I did do a DEXA scan pretty recently. That was pretty interesting. I think I was 12% body fat. I know these are kind of inaccurate, so I was 12% body fat. With clothing weight, I was like 170. This was about 4 months ago. Yeah, victim weight me all you want. Fuck you. I'm getting there. I'll be 200 at one point. Just give me like another year maybe. I gained like 40 pounds in the past year, so cut me some slack. But yeah, body fat was 12%. Lean mass index I think was 85%. I could be completely wrong on that. All right, let's move to the next one. Why are racist hangups not racist? So, like, first, I guess we clarify what a racist hang-up is. I guess that would be like if an Indian calls your phone and you just hang up, right? I stole that. I'm not even gonna lie. I stole that. But nah, for real, like, there's certain pattern recognition. I don't think that shit is really racist, bro. Like, for instance, I'll never trust a Jew or a Mexican, right? And I'm part Mexican. I'll never trust a Jew or a Mexican, and my best friend's Jewish. Second, I'll never give a black person the benefit of a doubt. No cap. Has proven to fail me in the past. Every time I've given them the benefit of the doubt, it bites me in the butt like a pit bull. Also, I also feel like with fat people, I know this isn't racist, but every time I'm nice to a fat person, it bites me in the butt. Besides my one homie, you know who you are, but like for some reason, every time I stood up for a fat person, they end up being rude to me in front of the people I stood up for them for. So whatever. Don't trust Jews or Mexicans, and I don't give black people the benefit of the doubt. Asians, I will not say excuse me. This is based off of when I was in Paris. When I was like in high school, I went to Paris. I'm fortunate enough to do that. And all the Chinese people just like push you out of the way. Like some old Chinese lady like fucking shoved my mom. So yeah, I'd never say excuse me. I've noticed in California they'd be doing that too. So yeah, basically fuck every race essentially. Y'all all have patterns you do, and I'm not wrong for recognizing those. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this shit in here, but it's all raw and it's all comedic too. Like this is not 100% real, and it's definitely not satire. You could decide for yourself. All right, so we're gonna cut to the part of the show where we give somebody a FaceTime or a call. Hopefully they answer. Now, if they don't answer, what we do is call them multiple times until they answer. Tell them that somebody they loved has died, and then hang up and don't tell them it's a prank. This will teach them and they find out it's a prank when they watch the podcast. This way they always watch every episode of my podcast. Second, they'll never decline a call from me again. All right, so first person we're going to call is Alex Blatch. I won't give you his full last name because that's a little federal. Alex Blatch, this is my homie. Known him for a minute. We're FaceTiming him here. Hello.
Hello.
Let me full screen you and welcome you to the podcast.
Thank you.
Everybody say hello.
Hello.
All right. So we have a question for you today. It should be quick. Do you think that driving school is an overrated concept, and should people use GTA to learn to drive instead? I can tell you the reasoning behind this question if you'd like.
Yeah, that would help.
So essentially with driving school, there's a lot of insurance scams, and then also because people see like it says like student driver, so they purposefully like brake check them or do something stupid so that they get an insurance payout from the school. So this is kind of a rising occurrence. And then there's also a couple issues with students that actually aren't good at driving and actually causing a lot of wrecks and a pileup of money that's going just to people that are getting wrecked into. So with GTA, the factor of damage cost is completely gone in insurance terms and person terms. So what do you think about that?
I think that if you were to use GTA, that there's kind of the loss of weight that a lot of your actions and the consequences that they have are, because in GTA you can break pretty much all of the road rules.
No cap.
Like most people do. Mm-hmm. And especially there's like a lot of murder and with people running other people over with their cars.
Right.
As well as property damage is more exacerbated with GTA.
Correct.
Which I think are negative impacts.
Yeah, so do you think people would actually be good at driving if they just use GTA, though? Because this is where the argument comes in, is that you're not actually learning to drive on GTA. if that makes sense. But then people that actually do are saying, well, you can hear the engine, you know when to accelerate, you know how to use brakes properly. You're still learning just with no risk.
I I would disagree there because while it gets kind of the basic fundamentals of driving down, it's nowhere near because there's a lot more nuance to how much pressure you apply to like the gas pedal or the brakes. Depending on whether or not if you're driving like a mechanical or not, sorry, uh, automatic
Yeah, I
or
think I think mechanical cars are really good too.
I'm gonna touch you.
All right. Well, so is that your final take that yes, we should replace driving school with GTA driving school?
No, I would argue the contrary.
Okay, heard. So, thanks for your input today on the GAT attack. Hopefully you can be a guest at some point. We'll have you on.
Sweet, I hope so.
All right. Good looks,
Thank you for
brother.
having me.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you later.
Adios.
What a man. What a legend. What a man. So, Alex has a good point there. I don't think we need to discuss that anymore. Although that is a good argument. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Thanks to our sponsors, HelloFresh Hair and GATTATTACK. Peace.